think of every thought that you're having as a song, and every word that you're speaking, you're singing the song, you know, you're singing your feelings, singing your thoughts and meanings right out loud in front of everybody, you know. It just really helps to see what kind of song you're singing, and there is a particular result that I want you to expect to see if you play this little song game, this little experiment, uh, to see if you as a human are like a songbird, you know, if all of us as humans aren't actually just like totally creating with sound and music through words. And just look at that, you know, just stop some point in your day and think of your thoughts and see what kind of song it is, and see if somewhere along the line you don't have an aha moment, or a like, oh wow, you know, I just didn't realize how much my mind space is focused on a particular song, or a, you know, a particular feeling. And this is huge in our human life. This is, I think this is part of why we have such a big feeling, you know, such huge feelings about music. And music is so personal to us, our physical expressions of music. And we have artists and tones and styles and all kinds of different music that attracts us personally, and that's because those artists and those tones and those styles are singing our feelings with us, and it matches, and we feel it. We're like, oh, you know, this song, it just totally matches how I feel, you know. If it's a high energy, like super high energy, happy, fun, you know, song, and it's matching the way you're feeling, you know, that tells you what you're expressing, that tells you what you're focusing on in your personal mind space, that tells you you're focused on happiness, you know. So even the music that we listen to in our physical environment, the music that we're attracted to, tells us so much about ourselves. It tells us so much about ourselves individually, because if we're just listening to the same old songs from one band that we got hooked on in the 80s, and we're listening to it over and over and over again, what does that tell us about, you know, our feelings and what we're focused on? Kind of tells us that we're stuck somewhere on some past feeling and keep trying to recreate that feeling, you know, not singing a new song, not hearing a new tune, you know. So there's so much that you can see about yourself just by looking at the words you're thinking and the words, you know, that you're speaking as a bunch of little songs. And it really is so cool, because when you think about words in the big picture view, they are arrangements of sound. Words are arrangements of sound. That is music. That is music. And sound is vibration. And our vibration life, that's our spirit life. You know? So not only are we songwriters, writing all these words, writing all these songs, singing all these songs with words, and creating all these songs, but we are living songs ourselves. We are living music. There isn't a part of us, physical or non-physical, that doesn't have vibration, that doesn't have music at its base. Even the most modern physics is telling us that. String theory is saying that at the base of every physical thing is a vibration pattern, a pattern of sound. So I hope that you'll do this little experiment on yourself and just catch yourself in a few thoughts, or catch yourself in a bunch of thoughts. Really get into it. Write it down. Write down what kind of songs your thoughts are, what kind of feelings you're singing out with your words, and what meanings you're living. They will reflect the meanings that you're living, and see what you can find out about yourself, and also looking at other people and listening to their song and hearing their words in a different way, with tenderness, you know, and knowing that they're not going to sing the same song that you sing, and they may not be listening to the same music or the same bands or the same artists that you are. And then of course there are those people who are listening to the same stuff, and you get together and share, you know, literally share those meanings. That's where I'm going this week, and I've done this experiment before, and I really like it, and I'm telling you, if you will do it, you're in for a treat, because especially when you start seeing the whole human race as a bunch of songs singing ourselves, you know, and spontaneously changing in every moment. There's beauty to be seen there, and it's amazing. It's amazing, and it's free, and it's beautiful. So put on your lab coat, go into your little mind lab, and do this experiment. And if you do the experiment, write me back, tell me about your experience. I promise you the outcome will be, at some point, an aha moment, an oh wow moment, and you'll see something really deep and beautiful and cool about yourself and all of us humans. So I hope you'll come and sit with me again next week, and we'll talk about some more big picture stuff. Love you. 'Cause we